Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 4. We are going to be starting off by having a little look at our skills. So, let's go to what we have on skill bar. Fire damage. Most of the fire damage that we have is not direct damage, it is damage over time. And as we know, damage over time can't critically strike. But the wording on some of the skills, such as the incinerate, sounds like it is doing direct damage in the way that it works. I've found out which ones do and which ones don't, so we can have a proper assessment of whether critical damage is worth us even looking at. Incinerate does not critically strike. Firebolt does critically strike on the initial impact, and then the burning damage obviously doesn't. That's no problem. Inferno does not critically strike. Firewall does not critically strike. Hydra can critically strike. And then Flame Shield does not critically strike. So the only things that we've got are Hydra and Firebolt. Firebolt's got a lucky hit chance of 43%. That's not bad. Hydra has 3%, which is terrible. Which means within our skill tree, our elemental attunement, which relies on critical strikes, is almost never going to go off. We can get that to... So at the moment that's about 7% chance for Firebolt. And it could go up to 43% if we really lent into plus to critical hit. Plus to lucky hit, but it relies on us getting a critical strike in order for it to trigger. So I'm going to take the points out of that, because we can do better. We're not going to go for glass cannon. There was a couple of things I thought about, like do we put points into Hydra? Do we go for devastation and then elemental dominance? Which is not a bad plan in itself. And then I saw down here we've got Soulfire. After standing still for 1.5 seconds, your pyromancy skills will cost 15% less mana, and I think that could really work for us. I think that has a lot of potential. I did think about the Elementalist's loop is useless for us. Well, it's not entirely useless, because Hydra can do more damage and Firebolt can do more damage. But we want to be swapping that over for another item pretty much as soon as is possible. Let me just bring my build planner up in the other window so I can make sure I know what it is we're doing. Right, let's drink ourselves a potion. We're going to go and we're going to be doing more dungeons, unsurprisingly. Ideally, I'd like to be focusing on one of the areas we haven't maxed out. So Kyrgyzstan, Hawazar, or the Dry Steppes. There's no Helltide at the moment, so it is just going to be dungeon. Let's have a look. So Skosglen we've already done. Dry Steppes we could do. Let's go to the Commodore Temple. Now, we might have done this one before, and I suspect we probably have, but there's nothing wrong with doing it again. So, between that and being able to put regular aspects on sacred items and vice versa, there's a lot of stuff that has changed from the beta that I didn't realise, because we've not really faced the mechanics, or not really challenged the mechanics. We've just made some assumptions. I would like to do some testing of the pyromancy stuff. We need to slay the High Priest in here. Yeah, we've definitely done this one before. So we'll be killing stuff and then coming back over this way. So this specific benefit we're going to have with the Soulfire is going to be on mana efficiency. There you are. Right, let's get you burning down. Are you quite done? Okay, we'll do this as a left wall hug as we have done previously. And yeah, our boots aren't as useful. They can cause our Hydra to critically strike, but in reality, it's a tiny benefit. So we'll probably look to get a different affix on our boots as well. And lean into stuff that actually works. That being said, like, the build is not ineffective.
I'm not ready yet.
It has been doing a very good job of killing the mobs, and I've not felt massively gimped. I think that's an indication that you know, the skills themselves are quite powerful. It's just we want to make sure that we're getting the most out of them. There's one of the elites. Are you quite done up here?
Out of mana once again.
That ground hitting thing is really annoying. Ooh, look at that. There is a glyph on the ground. Hitting the ground. There we go, just zap that guy down. I'll try and hit everything. We're not trying to speed run this.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare.
Just make sure we don't get caught by his explosion. And come get the actual loot from that. There is a lot of those weird soul things. What are they called? Drifting Shade. It's not the most annoying thing. I think the Nightmare Portal last time was up there with super annoying. Tier 56 complete. You know what? We are stonking up the tiers with the amount of XP that we're earning. Yeah, we could definitely cast Incinerate for a lot longer. The Drifting Shade, though, is actually stopping us from utilising our new passive to its fullest extent. Which is, it's kind of amusing in in an irony kind of way. Given we've just put the points into it.
I'm not ready yet.
Like, how decidedly unhelpful is that? Okay, let's find the next High Priest. I thought it was going to go on the ground back where we were standing, but apparently I dodged too soon and it carried on seeking us. Kind of need to wait for it to properly start the old explosion. Let's go up this way because we're doing a left wall hug. See another High Priest just off to the side. Let's see if we can get their attention. Oh, actually, let's focus on some of these others first, if we can.
Out of mana once again. I'm not ready yet.
Trying to keep the focus where we can. Right, High Priest gone, and they dropped an amulet. Lovely. Let's grab that. What's the amulet like? It's not bad. Same as we've got on our weapon, but it's got a pretty good roll on it.
Fang, hoof, and horn. Drink me now of the blood and bile. As humanity bleeds away, let hell take its place. Al Diablo, Ul Mephistos,
Yeah, I remember we heard that chap last time. It's you're probably more likely to get Nightmare Dungeons for places that you are in, like fresh sigils. Of course, it would make sense because the tier is going to be increasing, isn't it?
I need time to prepare that.
Most of these we can kind of ignore. The drifting shade is so annoying. I love the mechanic, but it is so annoying. Get them all burned down together. There is a new glyph. Oh no. Ooh. Very sketchy. don't think we triggered our emergency extra life, but that was pretty close to doing it. Getting stunned, vulnerable, and beaten down like that. Did not like. Very much did not like. Right. Down this way. Let's find the last High Priest. And yeah, as we push through higher level dungeons, things are going to get even more dangerous over time. Just grab that. Now, funnily enough, Fireball is something that has a decent critical chance, and Meteor also has a decent critical chance. Or, sorry, the ability to critically hit, and then the lucky hit chance on top is all right. So, if we'd done a Fireball Meteor build, we'd be doing a lot more direct damage, and the burning aspect of it would be just like a novel extra. Give it a rest, Drifting Shade. Back away before that gets nasty in there.
Low on precious mana.
Okay. Now that the shade has gone off, we can get full batch of burning down. We can open the chamber door. Although I'm gonna pop this heart while we're here.
Out of mana once again.
Okay, back to the chamber door proper. Are you following me?
I'm not ready yet.
Best to try and keep up. Yeah, because the individual mobs are fine to fight, but it's not going to be as worthwhile as just pushing for the end. Down to fight the Casbra Abomination. That's already gone pretty quickly.
I need time to prepare that.
There we go. Adventurous Tunic of Disobedience, Snow-Veiled Sovereign Tassets.
My burden is...
Oh, they're things that we couldn't carry. Well, we're going to have to make some space then, I guess. And Dead Man's Dredge, Nightmare Sigil. That is just a tier 2 one. Let's head back, make some space, and then we'll come back and grab these and do our upgrade quickly. It didn't take long. It only takes about 20 minutes. And of course we got another paragon point from that, so that's nice and handy. Let's just put everything under the hammer.
Good salvage.
So I wonder what determines your next tier of sigil. So we're currently using Enchanter. I think upgrading this makes a lot of sense because it is actively in use. But Torch is the closest to being level 4. And we are going to end up putting Torch in, so we'll keep putting points in there for now. Okay, more intelligence or more dexterity? This needs intelligence. This needs dexterity. We don't need much more dexterity, so let's go for dexterity for now. We'll head back to town and have a look at our new bits. Blizzard trousers. They're nice because they've got extra armor. And extra damage reduction while injured, and flat damage reduction. So let's have a look. What would we lose? We'd lose a rank of Firewall, we'd lose total armor, but we're gaining quite a significant amount already. Extra healing received is nice, but overall the damage reduction is worse. So I think I much prefer the current item. Admittedly, when this gets upgraded, it is going to end up being better. But I don't think this is worth changing over to specifically. Ooh. Now this is a terrible roll on it. But this is something that we want. We want the aspect of disobedience probably on our head. Probably on her head instead of the aspect of the protector. It's not an amazing one, but it is a nice armor. So that would mean that we could take that firewall and put it over here. We could take the incinerate and put it down here. Because in the end, we're not going to be using Armageddon. What I'd really like is an aspect of engulfing flames. This gives +3 potion capacity. Wow. I have never seen that before. Oh, and also we got this. Right. Extra potion drop rate. 5.1% damage reduction. That is the best roll it can get. So we lose the damage reduction from distant enemies, but we get a decent bit. This also gives a barrier. I think we change over to this. So we change over to those trousers. Now these are effectively a placeholder. So we could put the basic skills, give damage reduction on top of it. For right now. So let's extract this and put it onto the trousers. This can get salvaged up. This has got a much nicer resist all, but we lose fire damage over time and pyromancy skill damage and damage. Our current amulet is just amazing. And we want to extract that. So yeah, extract both of these, salvage up both of these. That's what we're going to do. And then we'll go into another dungeon. So first of all, extracting this. And we can imprint it. It's a bit expensive, but it's worth it. And then we're going to extract this. And then we can imprint it over here. Do we have... No, we don't. So we could go and try and do the Halls of the Damned in Kyrgyzstan. I don't think we have a thing for it yet, though. Right, let's put this in. So, the good thing about this is we're going to be getting armor whenever we deal damage. We've already got a decent damage reduction from that. So it's just going to make it better. And then as we get better rolls, we'll make that even better. Yeah, the decision to move away from critical damage also means that all critical rolls are like critical changing things on our equipment becomes a lot less relevant to us. Okay, we've got tons of gems. We've also got hearts from that. Don't care about that one. That's an interesting one, but we're not going to use it. So those will go. Let's drop some stuff off on our stash and head into the next dungeon. And you know what? These can go down here until we get back to Kurovashad. So next dungeon. What are we going to do? Dead Man's Dredge in Fractured Peaks, Heretics Asylum in Kyrgyzstan. I quite like the idea of Heretics Asylum. It's a tier 3. It's another Drifting Shade one, which is going to be annoying. But we know we can deal with it. And I think we want to be pushing the highest tier we reasonably can to keep our XP gains moving along nicely. Just before we go too deep into this, we have... It said 100 Slayer 100%. I do not agree with that. Because we've definitely not... We got chapter 4 done. Slayer has not been finished. We need to do Nightmare Sigils, we need to do Malignant Tunnels, and Paragon Glyph to rank 4 before we can move on to the next level. So that must be a weird display thing. We've got nothing to claim along here. When's the next seed that we can claim? Level 56, so a few levels away before we can hit that. Let's use... I mean, we may as well use Savagery for now, rather than heading back and making a new one. Now we're in, that drifting shade is coming after us. So this dungeon's already got a lot of area denial with like these guys keeping us moving as well. So I don't think it's necessarily going to feel very different. Having the drifting shade is just another thing that we need to dodge.
I'm low on precious mana.
It's going to be most annoying once once we have more of our final equipment ready. Because our final equipment, we want to be focusing even more burning damage. By keeping stacking up, so things end up with more damage over time than they have life. And if we can't be putting down our firewalls, if we can't be getting the Hydra and stacking it up. And actually that is a very very good point. So the reason I think it gets confusing with burning damage is our Incinerate, it does direct damage over time. So we have to be keeping it on the enemy in order for it to be effective. But something like Firebolt, it leaves a damage over time effect on the enemy. And it's that confusion of direct damage over time versus just persisting damage over time that makes it feel like it should crit. Either way, I've done the research. I'm pretty happy that... well, pretty confident, I should say. I'm not happy. That I know what's going on with it. Over the top, maybe. Satisfying, always. Burn them all. Some of the equipment I want to get, like the Harlequin's Crest, isn't going to be available until level 83, I think it is. So I think it's important when you're planning builds that you consider what you're going to do until you reach that level, because we're not going to get to 83 for quite a while. quite done being annoying on the ground. Okay, across to the other side. Animus carriers in one bit have been eliminated.
I need time to prepare that.
As for the gems, I was talking about whether we pick them up or not in the last episode. Level 60 is the next time we can upgrade gems. Come close, allow me to do some explodey stuff on you. I'm not so close, I'm in actual danger from you exploding. Let's keep on round up the top this way. Looks like we have a shrine. What kind of shrine? Protection shrine. Come down and focus on this guy while we've got that protection shrine. Level 56 and he just dies. It is a lot easier when you're invulnerable though. Shrine isn't going to last much longer. But it lasted long enough. I haven't actually checked if the drifting shadow does damage or if it just does annoying blindness. Because the annoying blindness is enough by itself because it stops us using skills. Okay, final Animus carrier. I think we should move on. Let's go put the Animus in the urn and head on through the door. Down into intensive treatment. Oh my god, that thing really starts accelerating, doesn't it? There is no way you're getting away from that. Okay, we'll do this as a left wall hug down here. Until we find where maximum security is. Looks like our target is right here.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, come on, I tried to dodge out of that. So, where is this maximum security gate? Looks like we have other stuff that we want to loot anyway. Ooh, that is getting painful in there. Yeah, that damage over time thing that they put out, especially when you can't get away from it. That was just like sinking all the life. It is a wrathful heart, though. So let's wake him up.
I need time to prepare.
Yeah, he pops out really quickly, and the blindness lasts for a long time.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, he's gone. He's been the only real threat in here so far. The shade didn't help things, but he was an actual threat. There goes the damage resistance. I think we just head on through to the maximum security area. I didn't even see that land under us. Oh, it's because it probably spawned directly on me. There we go. One more Paragon point. We got some stuff that we can take care of out to there, and got a Ruin's Nightmare Sigil. Right, grab all these bits. So we're going to put points into Torch. Ha, doesn't make it into the bubble. That's good. But we have picked up other things. Let's have a little look. Adept. Ooh. For every 5 intelligence mastery skills, gain 2% damage, which quickly goes up. So that would really, really affect our firewall. We've seen Conjurer before. We've seen Exploit before. %15% damage reduction while you have an active barrier. That's got some potential for us. We might do that in the future. Winter was one that we picked up today. Alright, let's put points into Torch. And it gets it up to level 3. And we've still got 1 XP, so we'll put that in there. We'll head back, sign our Paragon point, and see if we can pick up a little side quest. So this point is going to go damage reduction from enemies that are burning. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll have our burning damage increased by critical strike damage. 71%. That's got the potential to be really quite powerful. For now, let's salvage up our junk. Ooh, we can now craft sigils. Ah. Okay, we are gonna do that. So, first things first. Everything under the hammer. This is okay. It's nice to have a spare. This is an alright roll. I don't know if we care about the affixes on it. I never upgraded our new trousers. We should definitely do that. And what was the Wrathful Heart that we got? Critical strikes and all subsequent damage within 2 points. We're not really doing critical strikes. That's the thing. This has got the potential to be very cool on a particular type of person. And that particular type of person is not us. Right, salvage this up because it's fine, but it's not spectacular. Salvage this up for the same reason. Okay, we need to go to Kyovashad and talk about sigil crafting. This might let us complete this part of the season journey. Certainly we'll be able to get rid of some of the lower tier dungeons that we don't care about, because we're just gathering sigils at the moment. Tell me of sigil crafting.
I see that. It matters not. I can take common, turn it special.
Okay. So we can craft sacred or ancestral. Oh, and we can do specific tiers. Ah, we must have found some sigil powder during that dungeon. Afflictions. And requires world tier. Okay, and that requires world tier 4. So ancestral dungeons are different. So there definitely used to be normal, sacred, and ancestral. It's interesting that they just simplified it down to the 2 levels. We could probably do one of these. So what did we craft? A tier 9 Garen Hold. Ooh, that's going to be dangerous. I think we're going to want to salvage up all the tier 1 ones. Do we have... Yeah, there's a tier 1 one. We've still got a tier 3. So let's get rid of the tier 2, tier 2, tier 2. Might not do the tier 9 just yet. That might be a bit dangerous. That's still kind of cool, kind of interesting. So if we were to re-roll, we could actually spend one of our Fiend Roses. The life regen, while not damaged recently, is fine. I'd probably be tempted to get rid of the potion drop rate. See if we can get some more damage reduction out of this. Damage reduction from enemies that are burning. That seems good. And it's the best roll it can get on it. Okay. Let's do some upgrades. Now we're gonna want, of course, therefore, to be making everything burn. But that kind of feels like it's leaning into what we're doing.
What will it be?
So, upgrade. And I don't think we're going to change these anytime soon. We might change the imprint on it. But as a flat damage reduction, 7.6% is pretty good. And then the 12.5% perfect roll on that. I like these. I like these a lot. Okay, so we've still got just a couple of moments left. Let's go to Fate's Retreat and see if we can get an Oppressor Horn and do just a tiny bit of side questing before we finish up. Because keeping pushing that renown is valuable for us. As is getting Galavine everywhere we go.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
We need to find an oppressor though before we can get an oppressor horn. That will do. That is literally all we needed from this area. Let's head back through our wreaked destruction. I suppose we could do the ancient siphon, seeing as we're right here. We do a lot of fire damage right now. Okay, let's try and bring them closer to the other siren. Okay, siphon has been maximized.
I'm not ready yet.
Let's try and get rid of him because of his damage reduction. Ancient siphon complete. 60 obols. I'm never gonna turn them down. Oh, and there was definitely something strange there. Step fetish mask. Cosmetic trophy. Cool. Alright, well, where can we hand in... Oh, yeah, we would need to go on it and do more stuff. So I think we're probably going to be done for the day. Let's head back to town. We'll just salvage our stuff up. And, yeah. I'm glad we could do sigil crafting. I'm glad that we know more about how we need our build to be directed, and we've got some pretty cool new items as well. So overall, I think we're on a good path. Pretty close to level 54 as well, but leveling is not super fast, so we're going to want to be stepping up the tiers until we feel like we're in proper danger. Not going to jump straight to tier 9, but I might make another couple of... in fact, let's head back to Kyrvashad. I might make another couple of sigils and see if we can find something in between. Maybe something around tier 6 that we can have a look at. Could have done this at any occultist, but I think this one is slightly easier to reach. So, if we're going to go for tier 6... or try to go for tier 6. That's a tier 10. That's a tier 9. You're not doing very well here. That's a tier 7. Alright, tier 7 is a possibility. It would be quite a jump, but it's going to be quite a lot of XP that we get. And it's in Harazar. Killing a monster enrages others. Monsters do burning damage. Using evade leaves a poison pool behind. This looks like it's got reasonable mods on it as well. So I like the idea of that. In terms of other things that we have to do on this part of the season journey, just getting Paragon Glyph to rank 4 would be enough, I think, for us to then tick over into the next part. And yeah, we're going to have to do a fair bit more Helltide and more Nightmare Dungeons. But that's all going to be in the future. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are enjoying this. We're getting there. We are getting there. As always, if you are, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 4. See you soon.